The ding of a Facebook notification echoed softly, a sound that often heralded the arrival of yet another meme or a distant acquaintance's sun-soaked vacation snapshots, blending into the background of daily life. Yet, this moment became the spark that unleashed a tremor, fracturing the very foundation of my existence. A friend request appeared on the screen, sent by a woman named Sarah. Her profile picture captured a radiant smile, exuding a warmth that enveloped you in a comforting embrace. Our circle intertwined through a handful of mutual friends, primarily those my wife Emily had connected with during her book club and the local moms group. Though Sarah's name was unfamiliar to me, I assumed she was simply another connection through a mutual friend, prompting me to click accept. I brushed it off without a second thought. Life unfolded in its own intricate way, a tapestry of experiences woven together, each thread carrying its weight of significance. In the quiet hours of the night, I poured my heart into my work as a software engineer, driven by the love I felt for Emily and our two precious children, Lily, with her bright 7-year-old curiosity, and little Tom, just 4, whose laughter filled our home with joy. Emily embraced her role as a stay-at-home mom, a choice that resonated deeply with me. It provided me with the peace of mind to pursue my career, confident that my children were being well cared for. We moved through our days with familiar patterns, finding solace in the cadence of our lives. Recently, an unsettling sensation began to creep in. Emily seemed to drift away, lost in her thoughts. I attributed it to the pressures of daily life, the relentless demands of the children, and the familiar exhaustion that comes with family dynamics. Then arrived the messages. They began with a gentle touch. A gentle greeting, "Hi," is followed by the curious inquiry, "Are you familiar with Emily?" I replied with a hint of vulnerability, "She's my wife." "What prompts your inquiry?" Sarah's next message hit like a wave of raw emotion, leaving a profound impact that resonated deep within. "It's difficult for me to express this, but I feel it's important for you to understand. I stumbled upon Emily and my husband in an intimate moment. I am in the comfort of my own bed." My reality shifted. I gazed at the words, wrestling with their essence, yearning to uncover a deeper significance, a rationale that might illuminate the shadows of uncertainty. Yet, there was nothing. The unfiltered, stark truth of the message resonated deeply. I don't understand," I typed back, my hands shaking with uncertainty. Sarah began to unfold the scene, each detail sharp and relentless, evoking a deep sense of unease. She returned home without warning, cradling her daughter, only to stumble upon Emily and her husband Mark, entwined in a moment that shattered her trust. She believed she understood Emily, convinced that they shared a bond of friendship. They had shared moments over coffee on several occasions. The timing was truly heart-wrenching. That very morning, I had left Emily at our friend Jessica's house, a moment filled with unspoken emotions and the weight of our shared experiences lingering in the air. They had planned to immerse themselves in the world of creativity at the Crafting Expo for the entire weekend. It was Emily's moment of liberation, a precious opportunity to immerse herself in the comforting embrace of knitting and the creative joy of scrapbooking. She was filled with an overwhelming sense of joy, her heart racing with anticipation. A wave of guilt washed over me as I drove away, acutely aware that I would be confined to a computer screen while she embraced the joy of the moment. With a hint of urgency in her voice, Sarah shared that Jessica had already arrived at the expo. It seems that as Sarah drove by, she noticed Mark's truck parked just down the street from Jessica's house, a sight that might stir a mix of thoughts and feelings within her. She was intimately familiar with the truck. With a surge of determination, she faced Jessica, who, with a nod, revealed that Mark had indeed been there earlier. A chilling sense of dread seeped into my very being. A sense of unease lingered in the air. With a heavy heart, I turned the car around and retraced my path to Jessica's house. As I drew near, my gaze swept across the street, taking in every detail that whispered stories untold. No vehicle. Was I mistaken? Did Sarah err in her judgment? I yearned to convince myself that it was merely a miscommunication. I parked and approached the front door, a surge of adrenaline coursing through me, my heart racing with anticipation. I knocked, and Jessica opened the door, her smile wavering just a bit at the sight of me. "Hello, how are you?" she inquired, her tone tinged with an unsettling brightness. I only wanted to ensure that Emily had everything she required. I fumbled, attempting to maintain a nonchalant demeanor. Jessica's eyes flitted anxiously from one corner to another. Yes, she's completely ready. They have departed, leaving an echo of absence in their wake. I needed to pick up a few things from the store. Was Mark's truck not here? I inquired, the words suspended in the atmosphere, carrying an unspoken weight. In a brief moment of ambiguity, Jessica's silence conveyed profound meaning, and I comprehended everything. I don't know what you're talking about, she said, her voice quivering with uncertainty. I chose not to push her further. There was no reason to push further. Her expression betrayed the truth, revealing the deception that lingered beneath the surface. I returned to my car, my hands trembling uncontrollably, making it difficult to hold onto the steering wheel. I ignited the engine and eased away from the curb, the heavy burden of betrayal pressing down on my heart. As I drove, Sarah's messages flooded my mind, each one cutting deeper than the last. She revealed the intricate web of manipulation, detailing how Emily had been leveraging our daughter, Lily, as a convenient pretext to visit Jessica's house for months on end. Jessica's daughter shared sleepovers with Lily, and Emily and Mark did the same. The thought loomed like a dark cloud, heavy and suffocating. I reached out to Emily, but there was no response from her end. I sent her a message. I understand. I am aware of your connection with Mark. Her initial reaction was one of disbelief, a flurry of desperate messages insisting that I was insane and that Sarah was dishonest. But I persisted, confronting her with the details Sarah had provided. At long last, after what felt like an eternity of ceaseless exchanges, the truth emerged, a flood of remorse and justifications. She insisted it was merely a fleeting instance, a lapse in judgment, an error in her otherwise steady course. Yet, deep down, I understood more than what was apparent. The web of lies, the meticulously crafted alibis, the prolonged period of deceit, this was not merely an isolated incident. The fury welled up inside me, a searing, blinding intensity, yet, hidden beneath the surface of anger, lay a deeper, more profound sorrow. This sorrow encompasses the anguish of betrayal, the heartache of broken trust, and the sorrow of a dream that has been shattered. I pulled over to the side of the road, unable to drive any further. Overwhelmed by a tide of sorrow, I concealed my face within my trembling hands, surrendering to the tears that flowed freely. After what felt like an eternity, I composed myself enough to drive home. The house exuded an unsettling aura, as if it carried the weight of unspoken memories. Each object, each photograph, and each memory now bore the heavy weight of betrayal, tainted by the shadows of Emily's unfaithfulness. As I settled into the kitchen chair, a heavy weight pressed down on me, my hands cradling my weary head. What should I do? What path can I take to find my way beyond this moment? I thought of Lily and Tom, their innocent faces, their unwavering love. This was not what they should have gone through. They deserved a stable, loving home. Yet, how could I offer that when my heart lay shattered? As I sat there, enveloped in a haze of confusion and detachment, the memory of the bonus I had received just last week flickered in my mind. The bonus of $8,000 was a testament to my relentless effort and unwavering commitment. We intended to use it for a family vacation, a down payment on a new car, or to enhance our lives. I logged into my bank account, my heart racing with anticipation. The bonus had vanished. Today, my paycheck slipped away, leaving behind a sense of emptiness. My eyes were glued to the screen, a wave of disbelief washing over me. Where had everything vanished to? Then, a horrifying realization dawned on me. Emily. She had spent it. She had spent it all. I confronted her again via text. She responded with more lies and more excuses. But eventually the truth came out. She had been lavishing Mark with gifts, taking him on secret trips, funding their affair with my hard-earned money. The betrayal cut even deeper. Not only had she cheated on me, but she had also stolen from me and our children. She had jeopardized our financial security, leaving us in a precarious situation. I felt a wave of nausea wash over me. She had not only wrecked Sarah's family, but she had also decimated ours. I thought back to all the times Emily had used Lily as an excuse to go to Jessica's house. all the sleepovers, all the girls' nights out. It was all a lie, a carefully constructed facade to hide her affair. And I had been so blind, so trusting. I had placed my trust in her, stood by her side, and embraced her with unwavering love. In return, she had woven a tapestry of deceit and betrayal, leaving a profound ache in my heart. I reflected on my loyalty. Throughout our relationship, I remained steadfast, never straying from Emily, even during the most challenging times. I consistently invested my heart into our marriage and our family. Her actions left me in a haze of confusion, struggling to grasp the motivations behind them. What had driven her to discard all that we had created together? As the days stretched into weeks, I found myself unraveling the intricate tapestry of Emily's betrayal. It became clear to me that she had been carrying a weight of unhappiness for an extended period. She experienced a profound sense of entrapment, a deep yearning for fulfillment that lingered in the shadows of her mind. Her feelings of bitterness grew with each passing hour I spent at work, a constant reminder of my absence and the attention she craved. She yearned for exhilaration, for a journey that transcended the ordinary rhythm of motherhood. Mark had presented her with a chance to break free. He enveloped her in a cascade of attention, igniting a sense of desire and vitality within her. He had become the missing piece in her existence, a gap that I had unwittingly permitted to expand. Yet none of that could justify her choices, her betrayal, her lies, her theft. None of it could ever find justification. Deep down, I understood that remaining by her side was not an option for me. The bond had shattered. The affection had faded. What remained was a heavy burden of bitterness and sorrow. We parted ways. The journey unfolded in a chaotic, agonizing, and costly manner. We clashed fiercely over the custody of our children, the division of assets, and every detail that mattered. In the end, I was granted primary custody of Lily and Tom. Emily spent her weekends with them, yet the bond between us felt fragile and distant. She continued to be with Mark, but there were whispers in the air that their connection was eroding. The once vibrant thrill of their connection had dimmed, giving way to the stark truths of their circumstances. In the aftermath, I found myself grappling with the fragments of my broken existence. I found myself on a journey to reconstruct my financial stability, nurture my emotional health, and rediscover my identity. The journey was filled with challenges and hardships, yet my resolve remained unshaken, driven by the love I held for my children. One evening, several months after our paths had diverged, I found myself gently tucking Lily into bed. Her gaze, wide and untainted, pierced through the air as she softly inquired, "Daddy, why did Mommy leave?" Words eluded me in that moment. How can I convey to a 7-year-old the intricate nature of adult relationships, the heartache that comes with infidelity, and the deep sorrow caused by betrayal? I gently explained, "Mommy made some choices that weren't the best, my dear, yet her love for you remains profound." Lily nodded, yet her eyes betrayed a swirl of confusion and sorrow that lingered beneath the surface. Leaving Lily's room, doubt crashed over me. Was I so focused on providing that I missed Emily's pain? Could I have changed things if I'd been more present? To what extent did my choices contribute to hers? That's where my story leaves off, but the questions keep coming. Was I working too much? What red flags did I ignore? How do you even begin to rebuild trust after this kind of betrayal? What does healthy co-parenting look like now? And honestly, is full trust ever possible again? I know so many of you have navigated similar challenges or have opinions on relationships and infidelity, and I'm really eager to hear your thoughts now.